Wiele przedsiębiorstw oczekuje, szczególnie tych małych.
All right, guys, let's start our Q&A session today. That's the second one we are having. It's an afternoon session, 6 p.m. Poland time. So if you have any questions, just feel free to unmute yourself again or put your questions in the chat box if you're shy. So that's the basic set of rules for this session. So yeah, if you have anything, just feel free. You can also, mute yourself in to say something, some comments, any input on your end will be highly appreciated. So you can also say something if you don't have any question, so we can improve what's going on in here, so we can understand what is going on with projects. You have that, hands-on experience, what's going on in teams. We have mentors here, we have people from the projects here, and we're on the, on the other side, on the organizational side. So it will be highly appreciated for you to say basically anything and just to give us some more input. So we're waiting for you to tune in, put your questions in the QA or chat box, or just mute yourself in. So maybe I'll start with my question. What do you think, guys? What are we missing? If you have any suggestions on something there's, lack of, if you see anything that we might provide you with or assist you with, whether it's another person or that, talking to whom might be useful for you to understand something. Or is there something on a Slack channel that's missing, or is there something in the agenda? Are we being transparent enough? Some ideas. If you have anything that you might suggest looking at how we try to, wrap this up, it will be highly appreciated as well. So if you want to put that in a chat box or tune yourself in to say something. What are we missing as a hackathon right now?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. This is my first time in a question and answer session, so please apologize for my English and
No worries.
Overall.
Really good.
My question is that I think, for example, that my proposal is great, but I suppose that everybody thinks about their proposal like that. But what if I don't will not build a team to do this proposal? So this proposal will end of his life, or I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So let me make it clear about the question. You're asking if you happen to have any idea like you propose an idea of some
Yes,
sorts, and then you don't have a team.
yes.
So that's like one problem.
Mhm.
So what's next? You don't have a team. Is this the case? Is this the problem that you're having?
Yes, but is this proposal could be
Submitted. If you're single, if you do not have a team.
yes, could be helpful for somebody to, or this proposal we're going to trash if we don't build a, for example, app like in my proposal.
All right. So if it's going to trash,
All
me-
let me take this. So all ideas are updated twice a day or even more often, and they are visible on the website. We
Yes.
publish it. So anyone interested in joining to make
Mhm.
your idea happen is free to join. So if finally you won't find any team or no one will join you and you will not execute this idea,
Mhm.
the only thing which might happen is that you won't pitch and you will not be considered to prize, but still idea was published, and
Okay.
maybe even after hackathon someone might be interested in just doing this. So just leave it like that.
Okay, it's a good news for me. Okay, I thank you.
You're welcome.
Mhm. Okay, that's end of my question. I don't have any another questions.
all right. So maybe one more question from my end. Do we have in this room anyone with previous experience on online hackathons? If you could use of the button to raise your hand or put something in the chat box, that would be really helpful. Do you guys have any experience, previous experience when online hackathons? So I think we have, oh, we have one. Ah, there's Martins. Of course, one of our domain mentors. So actually we have a person here that's really interesting, who's one of our domain mentors for the isolation domain, meaning also one of the people to pre-select the ideas. So basically a part of the pre-selection committee. So great to have you with us, Martin. So maybe one question to you, because as you have experience with online hackathons, what do you think, if you could share some thoughts about what could we, like, in looking at where we are right now, what could be improved, what the hackathon is possibly missing, or the team members, or the idea contributors, and what are we missing that we could maybe supplement with something? Do you have any idea, any thoughts on this?
Hey everyone, do you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we do,
Good,
Martin.
good.
Hi, good to have you.
Good, yeah, perfect, thanks. Actually, my experience is very new. I was mentor also in more or less similar hackathon, which have final presentations right now in particularly in this moment,
Yeah, the
uh,
Latvian edition.
yes, Latvian edition. Yes, and then what I can say from that experience, one thing is we can be much more clear about experiences what we have in hackathon as mentor experiences, which we can just present as clear announcements. That's helpful for the teams. And as a very clear message, what we can explain explicitly to the all teams, that please ask, don't be shy, and ask questions, and people will be able to help. And so to make more intense this potential of communication between teams and potential mentors. And then second, I guess also could be good that in mentor channels there could be some feedback from those mentors who have received questions which could be relevant to the other teams, and they can just very shortly give some feedback. Hey guys, there was an issue which is relevant to the crisis solve problem, not particularly technical problem, but more like relevant to the situation what we are solving right now. There are some experience, please use that. So those are maybe couple things what I could add from this experience from Latvian Hackathon.
All right, thanks for sharing. So clear communication, more announcements, and maybe making sure that people are asking questions on the channels and reaching out to mentors to get some more data. They're not being shy or anything, basically.
Yeah, maybe I can add also that not from just online hackathons, but also from other hackathons, the experience is that we can usually split teams into parts. Most experienced teams with really high-level guys within the teams, they usually already have their networks and they don't ask much, but in the same time, if they are interested in something, they are going directly to that person, and then they are acting. And then the other part of teams, they are a bit shy and they don't go forward with question because they are a bit afraid that whether this question is relevant. But during hackathon, this is not a question whether this is relevant or not. Just time is limited, and we have to act. So take action, please, and don't think about the consequences. We just can improve each other and contribute.
Yes, that's pretty much what also Behrat said in his webinar at 4 p.m. He said the biggest enemy we have right now is perfection, because we don't have time for, you know, gold plating whatever idea we have. We shouldn't idealize it. We shouldn't take too much time to make it perfect, because we do not really know whether it will, you know, click or not. So yeah, that totally makes sense. All right, so guys, do you have any more questions? You can put your hands up using the button if you do, and also put questions in the chat box or QA session, a QA tool for us to answer it. If you happen not to have any questions, then I guess we'll wrap it up to make sure that everything goes well on the organizational side of things. So we'll wait for a couple more minutes for you to ask questions if you don't have any. Then we'll end this session. All right, Dmitry, would you like to ask add anything?
So just to update tomorrow, I guess all domain mentors will be already announced. As far as I know, we have 8 of 9 collected and they're visible on the website. Tomorrow is Friday, so all day through we'll be setting up different webinars on different topics, especially focused on the domains and goals of the projects we want to address. Also, we are looking to automate a little bit Q&A by adding some application to the Slack, so you might ask questions from Slack. Okay, there is a question from Mateusz right now. What if our team doesn't have a mentor yet? Is it necessary to find one in order to have an advantage during the pitch phase? So, like, no one is having an advantage because of having more or less mentors. The second thing is that when you finally decide in which domain your project is, you will easily reach to 1, 2, or 3 mentors from a domain and try to ask them different questions to address your challenges. And also on Saturday you have 2 checkpoints, and on Sunday you have the last checkpoint with domain mentors. So that's the moment where your the health of your team and the health of your project is checked. So it's good to be around in the hours where checkpoints are, and of course it helps if you work more intensively with more than 100 mentors already onboarded to the hackathon. So just take it for yourself and try to make it best for you.
All right, I think we've covered everything we had today at this point. So, oh, unless we have another question in the QA box that just popped up. I have one suggestion. We can see a lot of people offering help and information and channel, and not so many teams forming. Maybe we are missing channel for teams and individuals to post their ideas and recruit the team. So Piotr,
I guess there is a channel called Team Formation. That's the one where you can form. So you wrote team information. It's not team information, but team formation, I guess.
yeah, I think that's what Piotr meant.
Okay. So
team,
not so okay.
I think it's team formation that he meant, and there are
not
people
so many
there.
teams
Yeah, there are
formed.
people there offering help, meaning like developers. I'm doing .NET programming, and do you need my help or anything?
Okay, and the other one is discussing ideas. And finally, I see we just published the updated list of ideas. There are more than 100 now. So you can go to Guana and check all 100 ideas and find the people who are responsible for these ideas and maybe reach them out. Of course, we can proactively facilitate communication on the channels and ask idea owners to be more proactive and to look for teams. That might also
Piotr,
be a case.
I think more obvious answer to that question might be discussing ideas. I think that's the name of the channel, where people are posting their ideas and they're also not their ideas, but like just ideas that they have that, you know, someone might use. So there's also another channel to discuss those ideas. So I think that might be an answer to your question in a way. So yeah, but then at the end of the day, I think there will always be more people, you know, contributing and maybe less looking for a team, or I think that is the case for such events at the end of the day. I don't know.
I've got a technical question. May I ask?
Sure.
Okay, because it's it's my first time on hackathon, and first time with Slack. Yes, I'm not a newbie if in connection with new technologies, but Slack is very interesting, but it's very difficult to understand to me how to usage the threads and different channels. So maybe or maybe more people need some introduction to Slack, some, I don't know, regards on first page in channel or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, for example, some info, where is the simple tutorial how to use this? Because actually I just sometime before I find where are the information from every person who I wrote to.
All right.
Okay, so direct messaging, right? Like,
Yes,
and,
yes,
oh,
yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
I know messaging, I know Telegram, hangs out, but this is something new for me. For example, maybe for somebody others.
Okay, we can ask our support team to yeah, to make it great.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Okay. So I think we'll end this one session, and
One
then
more question
update.
from,
Yeah.
sorry, one more question from Mateus. I think one more question from me. Many times you have repeated that you are not looking for a final ready to go version, but rather for prototype MVP. Would you say that prototype done in, for example, Figma could be enough to present a pitch, or do you recommend actually creating something physical coded?
So as I understand the question, you mean only mockup. So probably mockup is not enough, because there will be the hackathon is actually that you hack something. So you try to prepare the working solution as small as possible, or as you can code actually, or design if you work with hardware. So Figma will be not enough to get into top 30, unless it will be a part of documentation to show like the big vision, how you imagine that your product will look like in final version. But still, you should start with something working.
Yeah, I would add maybe one thing to that. We don't know how many submissions we'll have at the end of the day. Right now we have 100 ideas. It's Thursday. By Sunday morning, we don't know how many ideas we'll actually have, because they're only like, first submissions, and then at the end we need some sort of prototype, working prototype. So this will be a form of competition, that maybe if you'll have a mock-up of a great idea, then it might win with another mock-up of a great idea, because we'll have mock-ups at the end of the day as a form of submission. I'm not sure, Dmitry, I think we would accept that as being a complete submission, the mock-up itself. I mean, formally. Do you think it's acceptable to have mock-ups as a form of submission? Like, is it complete, or what do you think? Would you consider mock-ups being complete submission to Like it's like a different question to what Mateusz just asked. Would you consider mockups being complete submission?
Mockup. You cannot. The goal, the mission of the hackathon is to create solution that will influence people. So my guess is that not working mockup will not influence people unless you execute it. So the main mission of this hackathon is to help as soon as possible communities, societies, people to solve this crisis.
All right, fair enough. One thing is a mock-up, the view, and another one is a prototype created in Figma, clickable simulation. Yeah, yeah. All right, it's 6:30, and I think we have all questions covered so far. So thank you guys for participating. If you have any questions, you can still use the Ask Anything channel. Yeah, thanks. You too have a great evening and keep up the good work, guys, and see you tomorrow morning. Bye.